Hello everybody, today's video we're going to be covering artifacts, and either a new bug or maybe meant to be in the game, I don't entirely know. So basically what I was doing was in my spare time playing Deep Woke, and I was just noticed a few artifacts in the water. I was like, oh that's cool, and I went to go grab them. When I turned them in, I actually noticed that the enchant rate is pretty high. I will go over the specifics in a second. If you don't know what an artifact is in Deep Woken, basically it's a purple glowing orb that you turn into the bank. If you don't know where the bank is, I think the bank in Etria is separate from the Antiquitarian, but if you go into Vigils, which I suggest because it's less crowded, and in Etria you're more likely to be ganked for Zed artifact. So I suggest going to Vigils. The Antiquitarian notification, or if you have the the little trackers on, it'll just be there. You just go to the Antiquitarian, and the banker is right next to them. You talk to the banker and then turn it in. I will have a clip here. Cue the kind of crappy transition. All right. Oh, wow, lag. Anyways, pick this up. And then you just want to gonna go over here, turn it in like this. All right. Yeah, that's kind of good. All right. And like that. Okay. Good. No enchants. I was just doing some artifacts, so no enchants though. And we are back. So now that you know how to turn in a artifact, let's talk about how to actually find an artifact. Okay, so as you can see in this nonsense here, the best area for artifact searching that I found is this kind of triangle area here. So what I like to do is I started Etria, or Vigils. I started Etria, and then I go all the way over to either Minitirsa or Vigils. Then I go over to either Minitirsa or Vigils. Like, let's say I go from Etria to Minitirsa, then I would go to Vigils, then back to Etria. Basically, that's kind of the roundabout that I do. When I search for artifacts, usually I yield in about 3 to 5 artifacts at a time. They're, like I said, very common, and as you can see in the image to the right, which I just ripped off the actual artifact wiki, and the map itself. I took off the wiki for the maps. So props to all those guys for doing that. I just went into Photoshop and just photoshopped a little triangle. I call it the Etrian Triangle. Kind of like the Bermuda Triangle, except for luck instead of curses. So, you want to be looking for this thing right here. You see these the purple little wisps here actually signify the, whoa, what the hell? No, whoa, I'm a dumbass. No way. Basically what the purple wisps signify is that a artifact is going to be usually in the water. You can find them on land, but they're a lot harder. So I suggest looking in the water around. That's why I said this place over here. Like I said, you just want to look in the water, just anywhere around in this area. So when you see these purple glowy things here, there is a visual effect that's left over from when you pick up the artifact, but that's just a visual bug that had like it just stays there. So instead of looking for it, and it'll be like half submerged in the water, that visual effect. So you want to look for this visual effect instead of like the submerged visual effect. When you see this one, you know you're on the right track. You want to sail right into the circle, and the artifact should be there. There's also a audio cue, which it's kind of like a whooshing sound. It's quite easy to tell apart from other sounds in Deep Woken. It's just its own distinct sound. I would play it for you, but I currently do not have any way to, at least right now. And also I think it's also from Persona 4, so I don't know if that goes against any copyright crap, but I don't think it does. So, but still, I can't play it right now. But when you see this and then hear the sound, it's very obvious. Usually I hear the sound and then I see I'm just gonna call them wisps. Okay, so now that you know how to see, like, know where, because of this, and also because of this, if that makes any sense. Now that you know where to go and look for Z artifacts and find Z artifacts easier, let's talk about the actual rates. So as you can see here, I did a lot of extensive research just turning in artifacts. So basically I turned in 50 artifacts, and then recorded how many enchants I got from them. On the first one, which wasn't my first one, but the first one I recorded and wrote down, actually I got 2 enchants out of it, which is quite rare, which was like when I knew I should start writing this shit down. So basically I went through that and I found 11 out of 50 enchants. I found 11 artifacts. Did I just mix it? Retry that. Out of 50 artifacts, I found 11 enchants, which gives us a final rating, or about the... Oh, God. Out of 50 enchants, I'm stupid. Out of 50 artifacts, I found 11 enchants, which gives us a percentage of 22%. So that is in between 1/4 and 1/5. So you could say that 1/5 of the time you are going to be getting an enchant. Like 1 out of 5, I mean. Which is quite good. So as you can see here, like, it slowly becomes more spread out. I don't know if there's a specific reason for that, because this here was just kind of a dead zone. But I don't know if that's just bad luck, or if that is... maybe they patched it. So, like I said, if this is a bug, you're going to want to act fast and just snag artifacts quickly, turn them in quickly, make enchants quickly. So, I also made a graph, if that helps anyone. Doesn't really help me, but it's out there. It's out there. Anyways, so yes, I was able to get 11 enchants out of this method in the span of about 2 weeks, which is very fast. It takes me and my friends about, I don't know, maybe we get 3 enchants per month. Other methods, but this method is one of the quickest and easiest ways. You also get a buttload of experience and money, because what you can do is you get about 10 items per artifact turn-in, and then you can sell those items that you don't think are good and make money. Usually when I turn in a bunch, like 3 yields in about, I'd say about 2,000 notes, which if you turn in 9, if we're going under the same, like, money to artifact rate, then you would actually be able to buy the best boat in the game, which is super fast. It's the Ironclad. I love it, but at the same time, I have a love-hate relationship with it, which I'm not going to be covering in this video. But yes, this is quite the easy method to get some enchants. So yeah, I'm going to be linking this in the description down below. Just so people can come back to this and be like, oh, cool. And just grab this instead of watching the entire video again. Okay. So, the loot pool is... One thing that I forgot to mention is the loot pool for the artifacts is not half bad. I was able to get like the best enchant or rarest personally was an obfuscation messer, which if you don't know what obfuscation is, it's quite good for specific builds, specifically around speed builds, which I'm a speed build kind of guy, so I'm probably going to be using that. And I can also alloy Zed messer, which I'm probably going to be doing. So you can get mid-tier loot. You can get, I think the 3 stars are actually quite good. I think I've actually been like, oh, cool, and actually use those in some builds. I'm definitely going to be using the enchants in the builds. And I think the loot pool, I think that's basically it about the loot pool. Now that you now know about the loot pool, where to find artifacts, or how to search for artifacts, and also the rate of the artifact enchant artifact rate, now you're pretty much prepared to go out and find some artifacts. I wish the best of luck to you, and happy hunting.